guys, welcome to a new video about applying percentages or getting percentages, percents, or using percentages, right? So in this case, I'm going to speak about tax or taxes, okay? Let's start with the video. Okay, let's start with this. So the instruction or the problem says, in Canada, 15% tax is applied to every item you want to buy. In store, the price of a cup is 25 Canadian dollars. What is the final price after applying the tax? So the key word here is tax. Tax means an extra money you have to pay, yes, for each article you want to buy. So the problem is speaking about a cap. Where is it? A cap that is 25 Canadian dollars. Okay, so it is supposed to cost 25, but you have to pay more due to tax, okay? Tax rate. All right, so the step number one is to get the 15%, yes, the 15% of 25. That's something I'm going to do. That's the first step. Once we get that percent, we add that result to the initial price. So let's begin with 15%. Remember that 15%, I explained this in the previous videos, is equal to 0.15. So in other words, to get, and the work, so in other words, we need to get the 15% to 25. So in other words, we have to multiply 0.15 times 25. Yes, which is the price we're trying to get the percent of. Okay, so I'm going to multiply this quickly. 25 times 0.15. So I think it's better if I write on top 0.15 because it has more digits. 0.15 without the decimal point. So here I have to write 25. So I multiply 5 times 5, 25. I carry 2. 5 times 1, 5. And 2, 7. I carry nothing. I don't carry anything. 5 times 0, 0. Okay, so I leave space here or a 0. 2 times 5, 10. I carry 1. 2 times 1, 2. And 1, 3. And 2 times 0, 0. And then I add my results. So this is 5. This is 7. This is 3. And this is the 0. So at the end, I place my decimal point to know how many decimal places I have to move for the final answer. So I move 1 decimal place to the right. So the final answer goes like this. 1 decimal point is sorry, I made a mistake here. It's not 2.5, which you're crazy. It's 0.15. Yes, I have to move 2 decimal places. So to determine the final answer, I move 2 decimal places to the left. 1, 2. So the answer is 3.75. 3.75 is the 15%, sorry, is the 15% of 25. Yes, 3.75 is the 15% of 25. So because the problem is speaking about task, I have to add that result to the original price. So the original price is 25 and I have to add that percent because it's a task. So I have to add 3.75. How do we add decimals? The way we add decimals is like decimal point must be below decimal point, right? So here what we have to do is to add 25, but as you know, 25 is a decimal. I can write 25 as 25.0. And then I have to add the 15%, which is 3.75. Remember, decimal point must be below decimal point. So this is 3.75. And I have to add to determine the final price. So here I will add a 0 here. 5 plus 0, 5. 7 plus 0, 7. Decimal point goes below decimal point. 5 plus 3, 8. And 2 plus 0, 2. So the final price, this is going to be my answer. The final price after applying the task is 28.75 Canadian dollars. And that's the way I solve these kind of exercises. I think this is the last exercise about percentages. In the future, I will continue recording more videos about this. Again, thanks for watching Simple Math and see you in the next video. Bye-bye.